Welcome back to, once again, another Warzone video on the channel. We're going to be talking about the Thin LMG and how it performs within Warzone compared to the Bruin and some of the other top weapons in the game. Just before that starts, I want to say I am now back in school and my university is all online this semester, so I'm going to be uploading much more frequently, just like I was in April, so you guys will be getting a lot more videos just in time for Black Ops Cold War to come out as well. And I'm also going to be doing some commentaries and stuff with the face cam, a lot more streams, as well as some Call of Duty throwback videos playing some Call of Duties like Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, and kind of like the golden era Call of Duties. With those classic Call of Duty videos, I'm going to make them in a commentary style very similar to Chris Smoove. If you guys watched Chris Smoove videos from way back in the day, one that always comes to mind for me is COD Modern Warfare 2 Free for All Camping. And I will actually link that video down in the description below because it's such a fun video to watch. Anyway, let's talk about the Fin within Warzone. I'm going to talk about my personal opinion first and then kind of how it compares to later. I really like the Fin within multiplayer. It's a really fun LMG to use, and even on ground war. But there's something about it in Warzone where I'm just not a huge fan. If you have the attachments for your barrel that increase the fire rate like tenfold, you can kill enemies that are close to you extremely fast, but those medium to long range kills can be difficult sometimes. So you have to really control and manage your spray as much as possible with not just pulling down on the trigger and just letting the bullets fire like crazy. You will have to control that recoil, so I tend to not use any of those barrels within Warzone. I just use the standard, I don't know what it's called, but it increases your damage range, bullet velocity, and I don't remember the third pro it has. Also, there is the stock attachment that is the chainsaw. It's okay. I've gotten a couple kills at medium range with it, but most of my kills while using the chainsaw attachment have been close range, and since the LMGs are meant for medium ranges, it can struggle within Warzone using the chainsaw attachment. There's been times where I have destroyed full teams and gotten full team wipes with the chainsaw, and that is with the chainsaw stock attachment. And then I don't know what barrel it is, but it's the aim down sight speed barrel that increases your fire rate, and it's just because they were in close quarters and close proximity to me that I killed them so easily. But medium ranges, I've only gotten one kill with the chainsaw attachment, and that's because the guy that I was shooting at in the window didn't move. And yeah, so I tend not to use a chainsaw attachment. If you think about it, Warzone is mainly a medium to long range map. At least that's going to be the average distance that you're going to have gunfights at, especially if you're on the lumber quarry farm side of the map. The only close quarters map that you could actually do decently well the entire game with is Promenade, Downtown, Hospital, and then the Storage Town, kind of like that central area of the map where all those buildings are close to each other. I want to talk about how it compares to the Bruin right now. If you guys used the Bruin when it was super overpowered, even before it was like nerfed 2 times, which is still a really good gun within Warzone, the Fin can compete with where the Bruin is now. It doesn't kill as fast, but it is as accurate, and I think the fire rate is slightly better. The damage isn't as prevalent as the Bruin is, but it can still get those kills extremely fast, especially if you have stopping power rounds in. The thing that I don't like about the Fin or even the Bruin anymore is just the movement speed. In Warzone, I try to put on attachments that will increase my accuracy, damage range, and bullet velocity as much as possible, which in turn slows down my movement with that gun, whether that be aim down sight speed or just actual movement speed. So I make my LMGs my long to medium range gun, and then I will get 2 loadouts, and I will either run the Origin 12 or the MP7 or MP5 as my secondary for those close range engagements. I lose a lot of engagements close range with the Fin, especially with my attachments when I was figuring out what I like within Warzone, just because at close range, if an enemy has like an M4, a Grau, or any SMG, you can get outgunned extremely fast. Medium long range, I will still lose to Graus and M4s, but that's just the meta of the game. While recording gameplay for this video, I was getting so frustrated because I was just dying from M4s and Grows, and I was just getting lasered by them. And I would be like lasering kids too with the Fin. Don't get me wrong. Like, the Fin can kill pretty quickly. It just doesn't have that mobility that the assault rifles have, which is why the Grow, the M4, the Kilo, the M13, and the FAL are all top tier weapons within Warzone, depending on what your preference is for assault rifles and how they perform. But those 5 tend to be the ones that I use and see the most. But honestly, man, I think the meta is changing within Warzone. LMGs are becoming less viable. In the pre-game lobbies, whenever I'm given like a PKM or like the SA-87, I kill people like in 3-4 shots in the pre-game lobby, and that's like when they have armor and stuff like that. And I know it's not full armor. I just feel like in-game LMGs don't do as much because situations are going to be different every single time you get into conflict with an enemy team or just an enemy player in general. The best places of the map to use the Fin is prison, farm, quarry, lumber. Downtown is actually okay as long as you're not running through the buildings, but if you're keeping your distance on the streets and shooting across the streets, it's really good there. Hospital if you're on the roofs, or just any of the open map areas, even airport or whatever. It's called airport, right? Yeah. Or if you're at airport, the LMGs tend to shine there. It's just when you get into those close range areas like Promenade or the inner buildings of downtown that assault rifles and SMGs will shine. So after this video with the Fin, I will most likely go back to using the Grau or the M13 or more of the meta guns. I'm going to be making a video on the meta of Warzone and how they could change Warzone to be more enjoyable in the future, because as of right now, I'm enjoying Warzone and I'm having fun. It's just not as much fun as a month or 2 ago where everyone wasn't sweating their asses off. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. Leave a like if you did, dislike if you didn't. Subscribe for more videos coming your way in the future. I'm going to try and do a throwback Call of Duty video tomorrow. If not, we'll talk about the Warzone meta. And I still have the dual Kandachis or whatever they're called. I still have those to get gold. But yeah, as always, if there is one, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.